tinatayo na to. So today we are launching a movement. This is the Hope Movement, and it's powered by brands. Brands you love, brands that you spend on. It's fueled by purpose. Their stakeholders, the customers, will be stakeholders in nation building. This is such a brilliant initiative. So to formalize the powerful partnership, I will be calling our partners on stage one by one to do the pledge of commitment. Wala na po kayong tatas.
Sayang.
But first, please give a hand to Princess, a student from Nicolas Dani Aligado IP Integrated School who flew in from Mindanao. Can you please join us, Princess? So Princess is holding an iPad, and when our brand partners sign, you will be seeing the signatures on screen, their commitment. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Stacy Bosman. Let's first call on stage, of course, the Department of Education Secretary Sunny Angara. So let me just say, Sunny, you will be making a pledge of commitment by signing. You were the first. And you'll be seeing the signature on screen. And what makes this a particularly momentous for the Department of Education? Secretary Sunny Angara is extremely proactive. Number one, in digitalization, in welcoming the private sector into the Department of Education, and with a vision, actually make sure that by the term ends, that we have more digital-ready classrooms and increase the number of classrooms in the Philippines. And of course, the founder, the brainchild, the purpose, the genius behind all this, Miss Nanette Medvedbo.
Serious.
So when I first interviewed Nanette on Head Start many years ago, she even had to clarify what cold water was. It was, the concept was so new to the Philippine market that it was actually for profit. But already then the customers were giving a stake into building a classroom. She didn't know if it would succeed, but it did. And you look at the marketing, the vision, how the whole brand and purpose has spread. From recycling, upcycling, planting more trees, making sure plastic is minimized by companies. So bravo to you, Nanette Medvedbo, founder of Hope. Next, I'd like to welcome the Senior Executive Vice President and Head of BDO, Mr. Rolando Tanciano. So BDO is the largest bank in the Philippines, largest credit bank holders customer base in the Philippines, and the partnership goes for every 1,000 pesos spent on your BDO Hope Mastercard. So remember that, it's the BDO Hope Mastercard, 5 pesos in the Hope Classroom. Can you imagine how many consumers use a BDO Mastercard? I'll be asking later if you can convert your rewards. Next, Mr. Joey Hernandez, the president
Carmen's
and
Best.
CEO of Metro Pacific Agro Ventures, Carmen's Best. So as you can see on stage, there's a special collaboration between Hope and Carmen's Best. It's called Hope in a Pint. So it's over here, the flavor we have is salted caramel. So I'm curious if there will be more flavors or if a certain percentage of the sales will be going to building a whole classroom. Wow, $3 pa.
Grabe si Nanette Medved, siya pala ang co-founder ng Hope.
Okay. actually convert points to donations. It could be a 100 peso donation, 50 peso donation, 20 peso donation. So it could be the most ordinary Filipino putting his heart on a classroom in the country. Miss Alice Liu, the president of the fashion enterprise behind the Pet Shop Group. So if you can see right now what Annette and Utsi are wearing, they've already launched the Pet Shop and Co collaboration. This will be launched June 4. So we'll be getting more details later on how this benefits Co every time you buy a shirt. And I'd like to call in my college friend, Dr. Ivy Teo, the co-founder and president of the Ivy Group. The merchandise, this is a sample of the special merchandise between Hope and the Ivy Group. That's brilliant. Something you can actually use. Either when you go to Ivy, go to the beach, or just go out every day. And of course, the man we all love, Mr. Steven Tan.
Yes.
Yes,
You know what's amazing with this is on top of SF already building classrooms in the Philippines. SF Foundation is already doing that. But they have partnered with Hope through SM Water. It is now an SM Water co-branded with Hope, and you can imagine the sales of SM Water. What a difference this will make to building more classrooms. And of course, Ms. Bea Soriano D, the co-founder and head of product development of Sunny Studios. Bea, are you Gen Z, Gen X? Something about that. Right? A millennial founded brand that's one of the most successful in the Philippines. And as over here, you know one of the best products that Sunny's has released is the flask, right? They released that in the shape of the flask. And there'll be a whole, is that correct? Flask product coming out soon. So please let's give our partners and leaders a big round of applause. Thank you so much for assisting us. Congratulations. Now we're going to take the conversation further. You'll all have to sit down and I have a few questions for you. So if you can be here as we have reporters here in the hall with us today, thank you so much for members of the media. I mean, the value of the good news out, the value of many consumers know how they
I have to go.
That's the key in making this project successful. So,
Sorry.
so first of all, I want to start first with Nanette, perhaps, to set to give us an overview. How long have you been working on this partnership with brands? And why exactly did you think this is the next wave to make fundraising more innovative and creative, right? Did you experience donor fatigue at any point? Which is why you have to do, I mean, this is quite creative and innovative.
Hello. Oh, okay. So I had to check with Sunny because Tootsie and dreamt this up. I think September, of, August, September of last year. And this has always kind of been the aspiration of Hope from 2012, and then we kind of forgot about it. But the reason why we did this is because Karen was so kind to say that we had built 144 classrooms, but that doesn't move the needle at all. If you hear, you yourself said there's 165,000 missing, and so, I mean, we wanted to have an ego about it and just keep doing it little by little. I don't think it makes much difference. So I really thought we should approach the most beloved brands in the country and say, hey guys, let's do this together. And as far as donor fatigue, we didn't get any. Like, I mean, we met with Tootsie in her office, and not only did she, I think Tootsie can attest, not only did she say, yes, let's do this, we really believe in education, she had ideas. She was like, we should also do this and this and this, and Tootsie and I just left more inspired than we arrived, you know? So, and that was true for all of our brand partners, whether we went to Ivy or we went to Alice and Bernie, you know, to Jovi, we went to everybody and said, hey, would you guys like to do this? Everyone was like, yes. The only question is, how do you do it? Because this is not a mechanism that the Philippines is. I think Hope is the only one that does this.
Yeah, you
and
are.
so they had to really think about, well, how do you operationalize this, right? And so you'll notice that some of the products won't be ready right away. So it'll take some time, but we just felt, just like in the video, if we want to do something bigger, and we want to do it together, inspire a nation to nation build through education, we have to do it with the big brands. It's not going to happen with small brands like Hope.
I think before we talk to the brands, Secretary Sani Angara, what difference will this make to the Department of Education? And some may be asking, I mean, under the Constitution, the DepEd is supposed to have the biggest budget, and yet the struggle is we are still delayed with classrooms.
Well, the reality, Karen, thank you. I just want to say thanks to everyone in the room, especially to Nanette, Chris, and my wife, Tootsie, Tessie, and all the donors. There'll be time to thank everyone individually, but you know, the budget really it's sufficient every year. You know, the deficit has been growing. 12 years ago, maybe the deficit was maybe 55,000 classrooms. Now it's 165,000. So we really can't keep up. I guess that's a factor of population growth also. But I think this venture here, this is really the limit. And we've seen, I think the case of, what's the name of the girl earlier, the princess from the Bilan tribe, that interaction by Hope has been life-changing for her and for her tribe and for her community. And there are hundreds of others like that. I went to one in Misamis Oriental, not far from the district of Congresswoman Zubiri, in Misamis Oriental. And the tribal leader there said, alam mo, kami, sanay kami, yung tribo namin grade 1 lang kami. Pero dahil nag-construct ang community ng classroom dito, nakaka-grade 4 na kami. Pag tumulong ang DepEd, baka first time sa history namin magkakaroon kami ng high school graduate. So that is the real impact of the choices. For us, it's only 1 peso, 5 pesos, 100 pesos, which, as Nanette said, or to borrow her phrase, doesn't move it. So I'd like to thank also Chris, because it came from that dinner, and Nanette's being kind by saying we thought it up. Actually, they thought it up, and they presented it to us, and we said, we'll take it. So, but really, thank you to everyone. The sky is the limit, because I know this is going to be opened up to many more donors, and we thank the initial donors because you had to shell out something already. You are the pioneers. You are the ones who will be remembered, I think, when all is said and done, when history is written. But the door is open, and 10 months, that's all I've really done, and the DepEd is open doors. And I think in that way, to quote a baseball player, I'm like the luckiest man alive, because all education has so many friends and supporters in the country. Thank you.
I mean, Nanette's already teary-eyed. We haven't even finished the panel. Why are you crying, Nanette? Already? Okay, I wanted to ask you, what touched you? I mean, why is this so moving to you now? I mean, I can't resist. I'm on the show, right?
We just never thought it would come to this. And if you think about it, Sonny's, they are literally, as we speak, opening their first classroom. It was built between the time we started and now. What Sonny's talking about, we see it firsthand every day in the field. And these kids, really, I never go to a classroom opening ever. Because when I used to go in the beginning, you know, Filipinos, they're so hospitable. When you show up, there's a big karatula, you know, thank you, Nanette po, there's food, there's a performance. And I felt so guilty because I didn't build them the classrooms. You did. When you bought your water, you built them this classroom. It's millions, if it's 144 classrooms,
million decisions that you made to build them a classroom. It wasn't me. And so I don't go anymore. And that's going to happen bigger now because of the people and the brands on this stage.
Actually, I want to thank you. The years I've interviewed you for Hope, it's the first time that you really gave it your control. All right, I want to ask Dr. So Ivy, you already have Beauty Beyond Borders. Ivy is already doing your
sweet
corporate
ni Nanette.
social responsibility. You have an advocacy already, right? I won't let that pass. Ivy, what made you say yes? Why did the Ivy group join?
Well, in the Ivy Group, our advocacy is really building confidence and changing lives. And so we have the Ivy Beyond Borders, or Beauty Beyond Borders. Actually, it was Beauty Beyond Borders until they told me it's Ivy Beyond Borders. So now it's Ivy Beyond Borders. So it was her brainchild. Anyways, we go to communities, underprivileged communities, where we give free dermatological and surgical services. And we're really able to transform lives right there and then. But we feel that there should be no limits to where we can help. And so we feel that aside from healthcare, wellness, education is a very important tool in nation building. And so we're so honored and privileged that Nanette and Tutsi approach us to have another platform to help the community, which is through Hope. And so we're very, very honored to be part of this advocacy.
So Ivy, can you explain what would it be if an Ivy customer comes? What is it? What do they buy? Or is there a specific package where you explain, if you do this, it goes to Hope? Or a while ago you were carrying a tote bag. Is it only that? There's a bear over there. Is that a part of it? I mean, tell us.
Well, basically, sky's the limit. There's a lot that we can do actually. But of course, we want to do it one at a time. And our first program is to encourage our patients to buy this gorgeous bag. Actually, it's a
Show the
tote
bag.
It's really
Yeah.
super gorgeous.
Yeah.
And a lot of our patients like merch. They want to buy something. And we feel that if we carry this bag and we encourage them to buy it, they're actually contributing a portion of the sale, actually the sale, to Hope.
Complete.
Well,
Or
technically,
you're
yes.
ironing, okay.
Yes. So this is really primarily IVX Hope. And we're happy to be able to also let our patients carry it, and even our ambassadors, our actresses and patients who come to the clinic, so that we can have a bigger platform where they can be encouraged to actually buy it and carry it proud. At the same time, know that they're helping build classrooms for our underprivileged children.
Thank you so much. Can we give a hand to Ivy, please? And I'd like to ask now, this is a big one. BDO. BDO in Philippine education. Many years, SM builds classrooms, there's BDO financial education program. But what made you think of launching a credit card with Hope in it? And was it easy to do?
I'll answer the last question. No, it's not easy to do. Just a little bit of anecdote. You know, in video we work a lot. We have a lot of lists. And one time I was in the office and I got a text from, this is not going to be possible if not for our chairman, Desi Bosan.
Yes!
So I was sitting there and we're really. Anyway, so we were just all working in our office and I got this text. Said, she just met with Nanette and I think Tutsi. And she had, like I said, all these ideas already. So I had to come to her office one day and said, okay, you want to do this? But mom, you have a long list. No, but I want you to put that somewhere there in the top. So I'm still figuring out how to do this. So the most we can really do this in a big way is just to have a facsimile of a board of a credit card there over there. That's how it's going
Hope
to look.
in every spend. Ang ganda.
The offers would be for any time that you use the Hope MasterCard, 5 pesos for every 1,000 that you use goes to Hope. There will be an annual fee, but about 60-70% of that, so 200 for every 1,000. That you pay as a member goes to Hope.
Wow.
Right? So all these things we'll have to, I guess, operationalize.
And I wanted to ask you, this is, I mean, something basic, like I use a BDO visa,
Yeah.
so that's not covered. But let's say I want to donate to Hope, what do I do?
We will be, you can't use any of the BDO card. And we're going to set...
Any of the BDO?
Yes, because right now, wala pa yan eh. Correct?
Okay.
So if you have that, then that's automatic. Now, for some people who just wants to use their own video card, say Visa, MasterCard, whatever we have, we are going to set up a Hope account in our system so that if any of our cardholders want to donate either their points, their credit line, and later on probably even your deposit, some of your deposit account that you would like to transfer to Hope, we will provide that as easily as possible. Okay, and we do have an app, Video Pay is one of them. You can just do it online. So we're building all these things. These are all in the works.
Pero tanong ko, let's say ang credit card bill mo, this is specific, 250,000 a month. Does that mean that, let's say, out of the 1,000 of that whole 250,000 option can automatically go to Hope without you as a consumer doing anything? All I need to do is pay my bill.
Yes, that's right. All you need to do is use your card.
Wow.
Say Hope card, you use it for every 1,000, you'll donate 5 pesos.
Wow, let's give them a hand. How many customers does BDO have right now in terms of credit card
Credit card is
usage?
about 3 million.
3 million. Yan. Si Small Laude pa. Ang gastos nun. Malaki na donation. All right, we'll get more details later. Carmen's Best, Mr. Jovi Fernandez, all right? So, whether you landed a promotion or, you know, it's someone's birthday, you buy ice cream. You have a flavor here, it's salted caramel. And is this the only flavor? And what's it gonna be like? Every time you buy a pint, how much goes to building a classroom?
Similar to Rolly, we're still trying to figure out how it's going to work, right? But I think one of the things that I wanted to mention was the complete surprise that we had when Nanette went to us. Because if you take a look at the mega brands here, we consider ourselves a very, very small brand. Right? And we're just starting. And we have a cult following, yes. But I think that's also a very important message that we need to send out to the public. You don't need to be a super big brand. That excited. We said, why not only Hope in a scoop, why not Hope in a pint? Why not Hope in a milk bottle? How about Hope in a vegetable packaging, whatever? Kasi the objective is really something that we align with. And so thank you again, Nanette, for inviting us. And to answer your question, for every ice cream, I think we're opening up to the retail stores. So I think every time a consumer consumes ice cream, they have the option actually to donate those. Once the
What do you
pints.
mean you have the option?
So I mean,
You have to
if
be
you
told.
buy 115 pesos scoop in Rockwell, you can actually pay 120 and the extra 5 pesos goes to Hope, right?
Wala ba
And
Carmen's
from
Best sa SM?
dali lang.
Okay.
Meron.
Yeah.
Magkakaroon
Si Steven,
na.
nakita ko niya.
Sabi mo si Sir Steven namin yan. Gusto namin lang. But we're now trying to figure out. We said, okay, at the end of the year, if we have consumers taking Hope, dapat kami rin eh. Not only with this objective. So we're trying to figure out if somebody donates, for example, let's say 500,000 pesos total in the year, we'll match that. So we can make a classroom.
You're announcing that now?
That's the plan.
It's amazing. Thank you.
And I think what's important is now we're really trying to give our best in this, and that's why we're very thankful to Net that they made us part of it. We just wanted to say to all of our consumers and ourselves, you know, the best thing for us is giving our best, but that's the greatest joy. And I think what you've seen is something that we really align with, and that's something that we really want to be a part of.
Thank you very much, Jovi, for that. And SM, dapat SM ang Carmen's Best. All right, for Grab Mr. Ronald Roda, how to actually contribute?
I think just before I go into the details, allow me to say, parang being part of an inspiring program like this, has been a privilege for us. And I think that's one of the motivations why we are trying to. So for Grab specifically, we have been busy trying to provide functional skills to our drivers. And we've gone as far as providing a few scholarships to their children. But ultimately, we need a platform that like this one. So the execution now is simply, there are millions. We're going to use this platform. Think about it as an ads platform. Everyone who uses it every day, they earn points. We can probably prod them to contribute more and more those points into the program.
Will, let's say, the rate of Grab increase for Grab to be able to donate a certain percentage to whom?
What we're doing is basically creating, I think, donation packages. So meaning like 100 peso tranches at a time, rather than like piso that will take us forever to build parang classrooms. So I think that's the idea. And see, depending on how that take up, we can increase or decrease to kind of.
Leo, Pet Shop, they're already wearing the shirts right now, right? So first, why did you say yes?
We said yes because Nanette, we've been working with Nanette for quite some time, even with the plastic recovery program. So we know that she's the environment and she's able to do a lot of good. So to our eyes, she's a very credible person. So when she comes to the office, see with her and tells me that she has a very good program. They are very good people. We will make sure that your money will be used wisely and well. It wasn't I always tell Nanette, there are a lot of good companies looking for very credible platforms to help and to give back. But it is difficult to pick which one. So when a credible one comes along, no second thoughts, right? So, and we were so excited, possibilities of what we can do. We said, the shirts have to be commercial because we need to make sure that we like to buy the shirts. And then, so that they can use it and then they can, collect a lot of it. So, and we could really see that when she comes, this side of her, I've seen that in the office when she looks at the video of what they've done for the community. You'll know that she feels it, that she feels deeply about it, and it is hard to walk away from a person who really is very sincere in making a difference, and you just want to be part of that story. So we are very, very happy to really partner with her and with Chris and with C and Senator Ed. So
Senator Sunny.
Sunny, sorry. I'm wrong generation ako. Sorry. I was that's generation. Sorry. So that's why we said yes, because you could really feel the sincerity, the shared values of the people that.
So you'll be making shirts. Nanette's wearing one now, so this is the Hope collab. And how does it work out when they buy a shirt?
So we give a percentage of the sales automatically to Hope. For every purchase of the Hope merchandise, a percentage of the shirt sales is automatically given to them. But we've also kind of committed already. We have a target. So we said, that's why we have to sell more. I told my son, I said,
what is the target?
Right now, we started initially with 5 classrooms.
Oh, bravo!
But we hope to do more.
Bravo!
So that's why I tell the team, we have to do well so we can do more good. That's really the goal.
5 classrooms, that's 6 million pesos at least. They're building at 1.2 to 1.4. So bravo to you, ma'am. Bravo! All right, before I go to Steven, let me ask first Bea. Bea Sariana D of Sunny's. Okay, so you're seeing the flask here. So the flask is one of the hottest selling, I'd have to say, retail products in the market today. How did this partnership happen?
First of all, before Nanette and Tootsie went to us, we're actually with 1% for the Planet. And we wanted to launch Sunny's Future. And for us, like, the future has always been in education. So it was so timely that when Annette and Tutsi went to us, we were like, you know, we have this X number of 12 million to be exact to deploy. And we haven't found the right accredited organization in the Philippines because it's quite a lot of money. And so when they came to us, and I was asking, by any chance, are you with 1%? And when they said yes, it was the fastest deployment that we've ever had. So we talked maybe 2 months ago, and now in maybe 2 weeks' time, there will be 2 classrooms already and a 3rd one coming up.
Wow!
But also, before any of this, the reason why this is so important for us, not just for my co-founders, Eric, Georgina, Martin, but I'm looking at my Sunny's team. And, you know, they're here, Jess, Jella, and everyone else at the Sunny's team. We launched so many new products in the everyone gets too excited. But nothing excites everybody more than when it comes to helping. So for us, this is not just important for us, I know it's important for them, and also it's very, very important for our customers.
But you know what's interesting with you is the fact that you said we have 12 million pesos to deploy. Not all companies think like that. There's so many companies that wouldn't put donations, charity work, developmental work as part of the company vision or purpose. How did that happen? What is Sunny's vision? Why did you say we have 12 million to deploy?
Well, we believe that we can't just grow on our own. We need to help the Philippines grow. And like I said, for us, the future is really in education. So thank you so much for doing this and for deploying the funds as fast as possible.
Oh my gosh, can you give Sunny a hand? So what, 12 million, that would be at least the net 10 classrooms? More or less, no? We have 2 now. But congratulations, Bea, Eric, that's amazing. So now we go to Stephen Tan. All right, sir. Di bagay. Stephen, why did SM partner with Hope when they may think we don't have to? You know, SM is so massive. 1/3 of the stock market is, you know, the C family. We can build our own classrooms. Why partner with Hope?
We actually do build classrooms, no? SM Foundation already built 110 buildings, 374 classrooms across the country. So we've been doing that, no? Because our founder, the late Henry C. Sr., he has once told me that the greatest equalizer is really in education. That's why we push education so much, no? You've seen, we've done Taal together. You remember the eruption of Taal Medical Mission, immediately we were there. So this is really in our DNA to really help the country, to help the people that, you know, needs help, no? So one day I just received a message from our chairwoman at SEC Coson, and she just said, why don't you put Tutsi and Annette? So there you go. It was so fast. It's so fast that I sat down with Tutsi and then talking, and then something came out, said, we've had this partnership with UNICEF before. Why don't we do this again with Hope? No? So every bottle of bottled water sold in SM, a portion of it goes to Hope Foundation.
We have a rebranding because I think we're drinking SM.
We are rebranding it. We put the logo of Hope, Generation Hope. Yeah.
Wow, Nanette. How many, I'm just curious, how many water bottles do you sell?
I can tell you, we sell thousands of them every day.
So good for you. I'm sorry, you must be excited about that.
And can I just say, thank you to SM and to Stephen for this amazing venue. They made this whole thing possible. So thank you, Stephen and Tessie.
Oh, okay, my other question is, so you talked about Tessie's text. That's the key. Nag-text na si Tessie. Tuloy na yan. So what prompts TSC, as she is called, to actually involve herself with projects like Generation Hope?
I believe that it really came from our founder. It really came from our founder, the late Henry C. Sr. He has been pushing for that since us 21 years ago. I've been with SM for the past 21 years, no, and I've seen how they have also have thousands of scholars every year with our SM Foundation. So I think this is really the initiative of SM that is, we are so aligned with that. No? So it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, I love it. It's a no-brainer. Sunny, your reaction. You heard everybody. You know,
Just want to say thanks. There's nothing else to say. I mean, these are such wonderful people.